Welcome to 2 on the 10.
Oh, we back 2 on the 10, baby.
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul.
I'm Mitch.
Greedy.
Greedy.
Oh, you know what time it is. All right, we're going to get right to it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
All right, look. Gilbert Pizza. We went there.
Saturday. I told you.
All right. Let's just do a quick background for the people that might not have seen last show.
Okay, all right. Let's go.
All right, so real quick, everybody. Paul has tried Gilbert Pizza years and years and years ago. And we're talking like 2010 even.
Yeah.
Whatever. And okay, let's just be quick. For the record, he said it was trash. It was garbage.
Yep.
You know, me and Nick always thought he was a little too harsh on it, but hey, whatever. That's his opinion. And so, again, I think you tried one last summer or whatever. Didn't know it was Gilbert. Thought it was all right or whatever. And then we've been telling you that we've been going a little bit more. And even I became like, when places get so popular, you know, I like when you find a hidden gem, you want them to succeed, but when they succeed, they start doing so much business that sometimes that business doesn't keep their quality.
Right.
And that, you know, and I truly believe, me and Nick have argued this, you know, Nick's more on the Gilbert Pizza side. I'm more, man, I remember when they used to be this and okay, but then I'd come back and go, man, I had a really good pie. Like, it seemed like I'm hating on them, but I've also been honest every single time when I got a good pie, I call back, hey bro, Gilbert Pizza, man, I had an amazing pie. Why can't they do it like that all the time, you know? And so, I don't know, I kind of thought I figured it out that you get there early, you get there when they're not super crowded. You also order well done on the crust and different things like that. And then extra cheese just not to take a chance. And, you know, and stuff. And so I went a couple times, Nick went, we talked about it. Paul's like, man, I got to try this again. You know, it's been a while. You know, let's go. So we all, you know, decided, we talked about it on the show that we were going to go last Saturday. And, you know, Paul was going to try it again, give his opinion, you know, on the pizza. So that's the background for it. Man, go ahead. We'll take it from there.
Yeah. So, I mean, we always get into the weekends, but since this was a part of all our weekends, I'll just speak on it. And, you know, the people who caught last week's show was probably waiting to hear about what I thought.
Yeah.
All right. We don't have a gym rule, but.
Actually, we do, huh?
That ain't the right thing.
All right. Ooh, I kind of like that, though. We gotta get into more of these sound effects. All right, so here's my honest opinion. It was good this time. All right, it was good. Like I said, maybe a couple things that Mitch adjusted. You know, like I said, having because I really like a softer crust, but the I was very impressed by the well done crust and stuff like that. It was nice. It was crunchy. Big came out big. You know, we actually. You know, sometimes you get extra large and that thing looked like a large. It actually was an extra large pizza. Came out
real size pizza.
You know, good slices. I let it cool down the way I like it, stuff like that. And you know, we got pepperoni sausage. You know, with extra cheese, and it was actually good. I was definitely impressed. It wasn't trash. Y'all would have known right away.
What about the other secret gem you found there?
Yeah.
Hold on. What else did we get? Hold on. I gotta remember what.
Your favorite thing. You said
Yes.
Soft 5, baby.
Yeah. So, what they did kill it on, and like I said, jumped in my top 5. It might be top 3. I ain't gonna lie. It was that damn good. Their tiramisu was off the charts good. I haven't had a good tiramisu like that in a really long time. You know, sometimes people make it too like coffee. Too soft, you know, too much of the
too spongy.
Too spongy, or the Butterfingers, the little
lady fingers,
yep. You know, all messed up and stuff like that. They actually did their thing to that fucking cake. If you are a tiramisu lover like me, I would, yes, definitely. You know, even if you don't go there to eat the pizza, definitely go get the tiramisu. Also, right behind it, because I'm not a big cannolis fan. But they had this cannoli there that was fucking top notch. So I have to say, like, their desserts, they fucking hit that shit out of the park. I want to go back again. Like, I'd stop in there just for dessert, real quick to maybe grab a, cannoli and fucking some tiramisu to go or something like that.
Well, I'll tell you this, my girl, that's her favorite Caesar salad is there.
Really? Okay,
that's why she ordered the Caesar salad. And one other thing too, we got to put this in perspective because I know you're a Chicago deep dish person, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we're talking New York slice, there's really not that. I mean, there is, but like how many good New York slice options are there in the East Valley?
Right. No, I got.
I mean, like let's.
You're right.
I mean, like real quickly. There's like.
I mean,
Gilbert Pizza,
Valencia's.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. I might
Because I do like Valencia's though.
Valencia's, Gilbert, Brooklyn V's,
Right.
Bella's. A lot of them are,
So
Roma.
I think Venezia's is garbage.
Do you?
It's trash chain pizza. My parents have been going there. They go on Friday sometimes now. I refuse to go.
Really?
I don't think.
What do you think? It's too greasy?
It's
It
too
is greasy, though. That is for sure greasy.
It's too greasy. It's usually pretty floppy. It just doesn't have a really good flavor to it. It's kind of just.
So let me ask you.
It's not good.
So you like? Because I do like when the pizza is like floppy like that, where you can like you could like fold it up and eat it like a fucking sandwich.
I
Something.
don't mind when you
love
fold
that
it up, but when you fold it up and the whole front end falls like
down.
the
Got you.
cheese,
Got you.
and or you take a bite and like 80% of the cheese comes off with the first bite.
I will say this. I kind of am in between because, Valencia is all right. For me, like it's okay. I don't, as much as I eat pizza, I don't order there. Like, I mean, I just don't.
Right.
A lot of places I know, like when a couple offices I used to mess with, I would order it all the time. And, it's cool that they have all the different, like I think Valencia gets me with their novelty.
Gotcha.
They get the super party pizza, super
right.
big slices.
Right.
And then, oh shit, you got pizza with French fries, and you got one with chicken, you got one with this.
Yeah.
But when we're talking just their cheese, there's just something off. The sauce is a little the sauce almost tastes Prego-ish or Ragu-ish to me. To be honest.
And the cheese just
falls off the pizza,
and it's
super.
it's not flavorful.
And I'm not trying to hate on them because it's not. Like I said, it services as a decent pie. But like when we're talking New York and the East Valley, especially, I mean, the only other thing I can think of, and there's not many around, like Grimaldi's.
Yep.
And there's I got a couple pockets too.
Grimaldi's is not bad though.
No, I think Grimaldi's is solid.
Yeah.
But again, where are they? I don't even know where. Like, I don't.
Well, aren't they in? I don't know if they moved, but they used to be. They're in St. Mall, right?
Oh yeah, you know what you're all right. But here's the thing. That's the other thing. I don't like picking up pizza from busy malls.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if I'm gonna eat there, then cool. But I don't know last time, let me go get a pie and I'm gonna go pick it up at the mall.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean, or the busy
You
mall.
just saying the location.
Yeah, I mean, I like it's definitely deterring me from picking something up.
Got you.
But again, I just wanted to bring
So
that.
if it was a standalone, probably. But
yeah. And then you know what I heard? I actually heard one of the Illuminati's was closing. Out here.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, I heard one of them because they got a few. Again, I'm in the pizza groups.
Maybe
watching people argue.
Maybe they got two of them that are too close to each other, so they're pulling away. But fuck, dude. I mean, they got the little to-go store down here where you can't sit in there. You can just order it to go, and that motherfucker's always busy. You know what I'm saying?
That's.
I like it. Only thing about Illuminati's to go, sometimes they fuck it up. I love going there to the location and get it right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? As soon as it's ready, it's in your face. Because I mean, that's the thing I like about that Chicago style, where you pull it up.
The cheese,
and that got that cheese pouring going on.
That's why I like Crave. Crave's gonna be my Chicago deep dish out here. But I mean, Illuminati's is is not a bad. I mean, option.
It's my.
Vero's pretty good too. I mean,
Vero.
the same Crave family.
Yeah, Crave, Vero. They were both formerly buddies.
I haven't tried Vero, even though it's right down the street. I haven't tried Vero's yet.
It's pretty good.
They're actually the family that started Buddies, the one that we got all hyped on, and then the actual Buddies that everybody went to the Val Vista and Baseline became Crave.
Gotcha.
So long story. They probably didn't want to pay the royalties. They knew how to do it.
Gotcha.
So they went off on their own, and they're killing it. They're killing it.
Oh, I mean, I definitely got try like I said. I love me some deep dish, bro.
Yeah.
Love me some deep dish.
So just a little background on that stuff. I wanted to clarify because again, New York, everybody's pizza. There's There's New York, there's Chicago, there's Detroit, there's Tavern, there's Thin Crust, there's Stuffed Crust, there's Roman, there's Sicilian, there's Reverse Sicilian, there's Grandpa Pizza. I mean, it's crazy.
That shit is crazy. That is crazy. But all right, man. Speaking of crazy, let's get into the weekend.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick condensed version. My weekend, again, typical, just chilling. Had a couple. Wanted to try and take it easy on Friday, but had to hit out our Moose Lodge with the patio because it's cigar weather right now.
Right.
So I got Chris. She puffs on like the little acid cigars now, the little mini ones.
You should have came out to 8 p.m. Had the little the cigar night last night at OTG. It was dope. It was dope. Little. What were you doing last night?
Probably recovering from the weekend still. Like it just was a long weekend, but I probably just spaced it. I would have checked it out.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so just did some cigars, patio. Also had to get ready for Halloween.
Okay.
On Saturday, met y'all on Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, and then had to get ready rushing for Halloween parties. We
I saw the little Facebook post.
Yep. We got people were telling us we would have won the contest at the at the Moose. We went to our boy B-Rod's party too, real quick, and then went to the Moose. So me and Chris did Dog the Bounty Hunter, and she went as Beth.
Yeah.
And what's it called? We got the blonde wigs. Guy got the mullet.
Yeah.
Got that, and then
Oh, you had it rocking.
yeah, and then and what's it called? She had the pink handcuffs and everything, and what was crazy too is we went all out because we actually even had wanted posters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had.
Oh, that's what they were. Well, of KK.
Yeah, we had wanted posters for certain people.
Yeah.
We were handing them out at the bar.
Yeah.
And then I even had the theme music as we walked. So I had the Dog the Bounty Hunter Ozzy Osbourne song playing. So people were like, "Hold on a second, y'all killed that shit." So and then what's funny, you know who I think actually really killed the costume, and it was kind of a joke the night before. I'm like, "Hey Ken, you need a costume. You got to see what our boy Ken looks like." You know.
Yeah.
But you know, you can imagine this if you guys.
No, I saw. Only thing he was missing was the bandana.
Yeah, no, and he had it. He took it off.
Okay,
he
gotcha.
took it off.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I go, man, you should just borrow my bike vest. Just tape up some shit on it because you know my bike vest not patched up or nothing.
Right.
And just go as Clay from Sons of Anarchy. And he goes, someone said I look like him. I go, we say that shit every time we watch the fucking show.
Right.
And so he did a great job of just somehow getting the patches on my vest. Well, I haven't got my vest back yet, so I got to see, iron that shit on.
I think I saw that on Craigslist.
Yeah, and so what's it called? But yeah, no, he with the facial expression, he got that gray hair that he had pulled up.
Yeah.
Like fucking, he knocked that out the park with the nostrils and the chin. He's like, I'll kill you. But so he knocked that out the park. So shout out to Ken on that. But so that was Saturday, and then what's it called? Sunday was. Well, I woke up. The plans weren't to be out all day,
Right.
But I realized my Dolphins were playing the Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
My Cardinals, my two favorite teams, even though they both suck right now,
Right.
were playing each other. So so we went out and watched the game. Next thing you know, we're getting home after the night games.
Gotcha.
Again, cigars in the patio. The weather was super nice. A lot of football. So yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool, definitely. Trying to think if there's any other spots.
So, I ain't gonna let you slide over that. So, who are you rooting for? Are you rooting for your Dolphins? Or are you rooting for the Cardinals?
You know what? I was rooting for my Dolphins because I think, when it came down to it, I want the Cardinals to do well, but I don't know. I still got other than Marvin Harrison and sometimes Kyler Murray, I don't really vibe with the team. I'm just trying to figure out, I like how Cardinals are workhorse and Budda Baker's a stud, but I don't really and I like the coaches. They're making the most with the least.
Right.
But I'm just not really vibing with what I'm seeing right now. It's like you kind of want to relate to the personnel, and I don't know. I just think the decisions they make sometimes kill me. A few years back, I know this isn't this regime, but you take Isaiah Simmons. He's supposed to be the defensive athlete in the draft.
Right.
You take him 5th or 7th overall. He's like a hybrid linebacker safety. 3 years he's gone. He's playing for the Giants now.
Right.
I mean, they let him walk.
Yeah.
Your 7th pick walks.
Right. Yeah.
That stuff's fun. And then they're probably going to do the same thing with Zay, whatever that dude was the next year.
Right.
It seems like they're just playing that old school Arizona stigma. We'll sign these guys, and they'll go someplace else, and probably become stars there.
Right.
And it's we couldn't
I
use
think that's
them.
Arizona sports in general, man. It's for some reason, it's everybody's farm league and shit like that. I think don't have. I don't know.
Other than basketball, we developed talent in basketball. Look at Booker.
Yeah. I think that's just because I think the Colangelos are still involved over there with the Suns a little bit. I mean, maybe off the books and stuff like that. So they kind of got that. But if you look at the Arizona sports in general, like the baseball team, we always draft well. You draft amazingly, amazing. And then we just don't have. We had Matt. People don't realize we had Matt Scherzer.
Yeah.
When he was.
Oh yeah.
When he was coming up.
No, definitely.
We just so impatient because we got to do it now. Because
they don't want to pay these players. They want to have just a lower payroll. So they develop, these guys start to come around, and then they get rid of them and become studs.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is you'll get more people in the seats, will then increase revenue.
Yep.
Take a little fucking haircut up front.
Yep.
The Suns even did that back in the day when they didn't keep the team together and got rid of some of the pieces.
Yeah, but I think they learned I think they learned from, okay, listen, because remember, you fucking couldn't give away floor seats at one point when they were just terrible, only winning fucking 25 games and shit like that. Now, now floor seats, especially when a good team comes there, you're looking at fucking anywhere of $6-7 grand. You know what I'm saying? If you fucking actually got your shit right front on the wood, even though the back seats, they'll hit you for a G or two. You know what I'm saying?
I remember real quickly. This goes to show you just Devin Booker's probably second year in the league, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's it called, Nick? I think you were with me. I'm like, hey man, let's get some tickets to watch Steph Curry play, and we went and got like 7 rows from the front. Remember? Like on the side.
Yeah.
And the tickets were like $60 a piece.
Yeah, exactly.
7 rows. It was Steph Curry and the Warriors. Clay and Steph and Draymond before they went all hype train. This had to be 2012. Probably Steph had just made his first All-Star team, and it had to be 2013 or 14 because it was Booker's first or second year. Might have been Booker's rookie year for all I know.
Right.
It may have been fit. I can't remember. It had to be 14 or 15, maybe, right? Now I'm going back and forth. But either way, the tickets when the Suns for those 3 or 4 years when they weren't that good, you could get tickets for under $100, like lower level, like 2 rows up.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they started getting better. Obviously, the economy goes up. Well, actually, anything after COVID too. Think about that.
Yeah, right.
Think about the prices of everything after COVID.
Yep.
Everybody.
Yeah, I mean, everything's through the roof, but, I think that was another test. It was like, it's more and more I look at COVID, I think it was like the gas. Remember when the gas lines bursted down, they said allegedly down in Tucson?
Yep.
And it shot gas prices through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
And we bitched about it a little bit, but
We still paid
the price.
So just like probably even when we ran around for toilet paper.
Yeah.
Let's see what like the powers that be sit back and go, let's call it. What do you want to make them go scarce on? Let's watch them run around like dumb fucks.
Yeah, but
toilet paper, okay. Then
but what's funny is we're the number one leader in, we're also the number one consumer of toilet paper, but we produce it here.
Okay, gotcha.
We're the number one producer in the world of toilet paper.
Yeah. So
we're not going anywhere. That's a commodity that we're gonna be okay about.
Again, this is all hypothetical, but it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they sat back and picked the product that was actually American grown to show you that we're gonna panic about the shit. But that's what
I'm just. Yeah. I'm like, I mean, like I said, not to beat a dead horse with the COVID thing, but I sit back sometimes when we say shit on the show, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't even dawn on me. I was like, and you were talking about prices being high. I was like, why don't you jack prices up and see if they'll fucking complain about it, and then blame it on COVID. That's why fucking prices. Okay, well, COVID's been over.
They're blaming on COVID just like they're blaming everything on cost. Like they're blaming everything on livable wage.
Yeah.
Like they started the whole livable. I don't care. Like I got flack, and I'm not gonna. I was arguing with people on Facebook, and again, people don't understand. Just because you don't agree with minimum wage jobs going up as much as they were, it's not because you don't want people to not have a livable wage, because like I said, my thing is, I know we live in America, so it's not possible, but let's control the ceiling for rent. Let's control the ceiling for other costs. I personally thought you get this narrative that we're raising, what's the first thing that happened when minimum wage went up, right? Every place started saying, oh, costs are going up, our expenses are going up, our food costs are going up. And they started hitting, like, minimum wage went up $2, right?
Yeah.
And then, but restaurant costs started going up 20, 30%.
Yeah.
And they all used it for that. I remember chicken wings went through the freaking roof.
Yep.
And
They
then
still are $20 for a dozen now.
Exactly. I mean, but they went through the roof during that time,
But what I'm saying is if you're getting an excuse, that's what I'm saying. You use an excuse like COVID.
Yeah.
You use an excuse like, oh, the gas line down in Tucson broke, stuff like that. Yeah. And you test and you see, okay, they're not going to riot in the streets. We're going
to keep doing it. Yeah. And kind of same thing.
And I think they test to the point where I think they'll jack it up until they see what the ceiling is. You know what I'm saying? Until they see.
Until people fight with their dollar, exactly, or their choice. Like just like this. And honestly, this is what's funny. Everybody talks vote, vote, vote. We all have this different stance. Our voting is really the real voting that actually people eye and take notice of. It is how we spend our money, in my opinion. And what's funny about that is if we really sat there and we didn't go to Walmart and check out our own food, and we didn't go to the McDonald's with the computers and shit and nobody there, maybe they would slow that shit down, but instead they're gonna fucking speed this up on a fast track and use minimum wage as the fucking excuse for the whole fucking thing. And I said that years ago because, and again, I'm not saying I agree with that. I want everybody we have enough money going out of this country that everybody should live in this country comfortably. But that isn't capitalism. That isn't capitalistic America.
So,
and again, you know,
question. And I've never asked you this on the show or personally. So, are you a capitalist?
here's the thing. I'm going to play by the rules of the game that were taught to me and in front of me, and I'm going to try and maneuver with the rule. Like, here's the thing. You play a game, you maneuver within the rules, or you cheat and you don't get caught. I mean, those are really the options. Or you don't play the fucking game. And if you don't play the game, you're on the sidelines. And eventually, you know, I mean, honestly, I'd like to set it up where I'm in a different country eventually, you know?
Oh, I feel you, bro.
Yeah.
I try. And listen, I mean, my girl, this ain't no secret. Yeah. If I wasn't with my girl, I'd be in Thailand, bro. It is I would put this motherfucker up for sale. I mean, not for sale. Airbnb, and we would be doing a remote podcast right now because the cost of living, the dollar goes so much further.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Especially if Southeast Asia. Oh my God.
But here's the crazy part. We'll start talking about if there's even going to be a dollar within 5 years and what it is. I mean, I know we talked about that before, but it's going to be interesting, man. A lot of shit in the next few weeks and in the next few years is going to dictate a lot of stuff. But again, just those narratives that obviously they watch us, you know, they watch what we do with our money. They watch how we spend. Like, we ran around with chickens with our head cut off for toilet paper. You know, we ran around, we kept buying the gas. You know, we're getting to a point where we're too convenienced. We live for a life of convenience.
Right.
Even if it doesn't make fucking sense. I know there's people that fucking order DoorDash all day and can't afford it. You know what I mean?
Well, DoorDash, they hit you over the head.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
I mean, here's the
You
thing.
order
Okay.
anything, it's $25.
I need to stop. Like you know, I was being late. This is when I said, "Fuck these little apps."
Yeah.
I was being lazy one day, and it was one of them days that I mean, just kind of like this weekend where I didn't want to leave the house. Right? You didn't want to go nowhere. Just wanted to sit on your, sit on your couch. You know, and just watch TV and shit like
Yeah,
that.
of course.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't even want to get in the car and drive.
Yeah.
Not even 5 minutes to go pick up food. Right?
Exactly.
So
Even though it'll save you $30.
yes. Well, that was the thing. So you know, you order the food as normal, right? And the normal prices come up.
Yeah.
But then they start hitting you for the service fees, the fucking driver's fees, the preparation fees, and shit. All these fucking fees where something that if you would just
When I got it.
you got it, which would probably cost me like $2 in gas, if that, to go get it.
Less than that.
You know what I'm saying? Normally it's $12. Now it's costing me $35.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of these restaurants, too, they mark all their stuff up on DoorDash like
For the
25,
menu.
30%.
Yeah, because they're going to have to pay it too.
It's like, a normal burger is $12. On DoorDash, it's 18.
It's so fucking crazy to me because I'm like, damn, bro, like I mean, I guess for your convenience of being lazy, it's going to cost your ass. You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember I ordered Taco Bell once for, there was 3 of us, my ex and her kid and me.
Right, $70.
It was like $48 to DoorDash it. I'm like, that would have been like $18 if I picked it up.
Yeah, right.
I was like,
And you know what's funny? And here's what's funny. You know, we all grew up hustling. If somebody goes, "Hey, Mitch, hey, can you come do this? Hey, what's it called? Hey, I'll give you $30 or $20 to just drop this off real quick. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes of work. Oh yeah, I'll do that for you. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But for myself, then I decide, oh no, you know what? I'll just have it delivered and pay that shit.
Right,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
Like it's funny, man.
No. That's what I'm saying is, I don't know. I guess that's I think we're all a little guilty of it.
Well,
you
no,
know
of
what I'm
course,
saying?
of course.
You know, it's the convenience that we have in this world right now makes us a little lazy sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes, but you know, we always are. Well, at least we're aware of it. But,
Yeah, definitely. Well, I can tell you this: I stopped using the fucking door and just got in the car and fucking drive. You know what I'm saying? It just sucks, but it is what it is. All right, Greedy.
First world problem. It sucks to get in my car.
How's your weekend, man?
weekend was good. Met up with Mitch on Saturday at the Moose.
Yep.
Had a few drinks over there. I actually got there late. I was just hanging out at the house, and I couldn't get motivated to get up and get ready. And I
See,
get
that's
up.
what we're talking about.
And by the time Mitch hits me, he's like, "Man, just come for a drink or two."
Yeah.
It was like 10:30. I was like, "All right, I guess I'm jumping an Uber at 10:30."
Right.
So and
It was fun though, right? I mean,
Yeah, it was a good
chill. It was
time. It was
fun.
chill.
A lot of people came.
And then we went to we stopped by an old school RTO's
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about
for a
that.
last call.
How's old fucking RTOs?
On life support.
Is it dead as fuck over there?
I mean, you know, it's cool.
And I
It's
used to be back in the day when it used to be
DJ.
nothing.
club and then the bar.
Oh,
that
that place used to be fucking packed.
popping.
I don't know why they killed all that, but
Well, I'll tell you a couple of things. Denim and Diamond opened right down the street, you know, like a few miles away. So you took all the girls that live in the area that really would probably prefer to listen to country music, but would listen to hip hop.
Yep.
You know, and now you got them in their element listening to country. So that's how you pack that 1,000 person, you know, every night or every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 1,000 people there, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? At least, right? Okay. So, and 500 or 600 of those are females. Those girls never have to go to RTOs again. And when RTOs kept playing hip hop, which I loved and a lot of people loved, guess what? I started seeing cats from Phoenix in there and everything else. All of a sudden, these country girls go, it's getting kind of ghetto. I mean, RTOs is getting ghetto, which, you know.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they go to their environment. They're comfortable. They listen to their country. You know, it's like Country Thunder from whatever. And then RTO starts dying down. You know, everybody loves to hear the music, but hey, I'll sacrifice a little bit of hip hop for, you know, a balanced crowd when it comes to just chilling, you know.
Yep.
And when I say balanced, I just don't mean, you know, thugged out or you know, everybody, you know, everybody trying to be too, you know, hardcore and shit, you know.
Right.
And it just seemed like a couple problems towards the end, not enough girls, and you know, too much hardcore rap. You know, I mean, and I'm not against that shit, but I do know that if you're running a club, there's only so much you can play, you know, and stuff. And you know, you got to have an art to it, you know. And
I just
know when to play your songs, you know.
remember that shit was thick and
Oh.
for a hot minute.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, this is right down the street for like, it was like 3-4 years. And then what was crazy is shit would pop off and then there'll be a party in the apartment complex across the
Right
street.
yeah.
Right across the street.
or everybody would
IHOP.
roll over to IHOP.
I have 40, 50 deep.
Yeah.
I mean, and then there'd be just tables of people talking and bullshit and everything. Man, just,
Hey, the funniest shit ever. I just remember Mitch used to grab they had like the little microphone where you could like announce table of two, and Mitch would get on it and just start like saying shit at the IHOP at like 2 a.m. People are eating. Oh, like first of all, you got like the old people that like just got off a shift. They're tired. They just want to have something to eat before they go home and go to bed.
Right.
Working like the third shift, and then you have all the drunks in there, and then Mitch just gets on the mic and just starts talking. I forget what you used to say,
I
but.
don't even remember either.
But yeah, I remember they used to come running up. You can't talk on that thing. You got to put that away.
I would do it not only with that one, but in a few others.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Mitch was always a
Yeah, I've
wild
calmed down, I've calmed down the last few weeks.
Calm down.
Yep. But
So yeah, so that was Saturday. Sunday I just watched football, play some bets. Oh, man, Saturday I won some money. Sunday was not good. You always say that I don't talk about my losses. Well, Sunday was a loss
Brutal.
from start to finish. Like everything that I thought was going to be good would come up short.
I caught the tight end one. I mean, you could have fucking in the morning tight ends. You could have thrown a dart and fucking made money in that. It was the craziest thing. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the shit that was on there. So it was National Tight Ends Day this last Sunday, and all the morning tight ends.
the
hit.
ball.
Yeah, all the morning tight ends hit. It was crazy. Somebody put a parlay together, $5, made them like 38,000.
And you know what's crazy too? I've been a big Kyle Pitts fan.
Yeah.
And I suffered through the first 3 weeks of him doing his bullshit.
Yeah.
And then I got a little bit of it like back in 1 week, and I woke up too not woke up too late, but we kind of got going. And of course, he had his best game of the year.
Yeah. Oh no, he balled to come out and start. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he's got Kirk Cousins in this fucking.
Now, finally, but those first 2 games were painful. The first 3, you know, it's like, hold on, this dude's you drafted him 4th overall for a reason. You know?
Yeah. I mean, he's a fucking specialist.
Yeah. You got to use him.
Yeah, he's a serious product though.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Oh, I just want to say this also. Congratulations to the Dodgers. Took the World Series.
These little motherfuckers. Wow. They came back.
They put in.
They were down.
They put in Bueller in the bottom of the ninth.
Did they?
Yeah. So they were all
ready.
in on it.
Yeah.
They're like, this is it. We're going for
We're
it.
gonna go for it right now.
Because if they blow that game, then they blew him for one of the later starts, most likely.
Got you. But it was crazy. What's that? The Yankees were up. I think they were up 5-0 at one point, right?
Yeah, they choked it away. They choked it away.
Yeah. They were up 5-0, and then it was like they started chipping away.
I mean, let's
made
go
some errors.
straight. They choked. I don't want to say choked, but yeah, kind of. You choked game 1, and then you choked this game.
No, they choked it. It was up 5-0, and they had a 2 out, and they made 2 errors back to back.
yeah.
I think, and then I believe they scored 3 or 4 runs just in that inning. It was just crazy. So yeah, that was like you said, that was a choke job right there, bro. You know, but you know, here's the thing. What I tell you is second, third highest payroll in baseball. So fuck yeah, of course. You know, you can pay for it from top to bottom. They got fucking hitters.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
they're stacked. But they've been stacked for 3-4 years, man.
Yeah,
and they're even more stacked this year.
and they're going to continue to be able to. You know, here's the thing: is fucking Soto is going to be a free agent next year. You know what I'm saying? And they're talking about the Dodgers talking about going after fucking Soto. Come on, bro.
Hey,
Stop.
The craziest thing, did you see those fans like try to
Try to rip it out of Mookie
glove?
Betts. Yeah. They got banned. They got
they're banned from all
all
Major League Baseball ballparks.
Yeah, they can't go on. What the fuck were they doing though?
What were they
But
thinking?
But here's the thing: if you know if you're gonna do it and you grab out of the hand, catch the fucking ball. Yeah, I mean like literally if you're gonna
But
take
they
it out.
already
Of the
caught it, and then they grabbed his glove and they're holding it, and they're trying to pry the glove.
but what
open.
I-
Never seen anything like that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you're gonna do that, though, get the ball at least. You know what I'm saying? The ball, went back into the ballpark. That would have been worth some money. At least it would have been worth being kicked out because that ball probably would have been like 50 G's, easily.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
No, that was crazy. But anyway, my weekend's real short and crisp. Met up with you guys on Saturday. I chilled at the house all weekend. It was one of them weekends. I mean, one of them weekends that I've been looking forward to. Been gone every fucking weekend. I'm gone again this weekend again. I got a wedding to go to, so it was. I just wanted to rest. You know what I'm saying? But we had talked about the show, so I met you guys up on Saturday. Went to Gilbert Pizza. Hung out there. As soon as I finished that, I went straight back to the house. My ass all weekend was on that couch. You can find me right. I went from the couch to the bed, to the couch to the bed. So it was just sometimes.
And sometimes those are the best weekends.
Yeah. You just gotta fucking take a break, man. Sometimes so much shit's been come at you. You just gotta take some time off. But anyway, let's get into the show, man. Let's get into the nitty gritty. We got a story that we're going to talk about. What kind of leads into, today's day and age. What all these, what this arrest from P Diddy, has brought up these stories about these tunnels underneath, these LA mansions and tunnels all over LA.
Hollywood and
I mean, you see movies showing tunnels and stuff like that. And is it one of those things that are one of them secrets out in plain sight?
Was even the alleged tunnels under the White House.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I believe that because you got to be able to get the president. If it's a nuclear attack or something like that, you got to be able to get the president out somewhere or some shit like that. But
or get his girlfriend in.
yeah, one of the two. I think the JFK had those motherfuckers, but that's another story in itself. But as far as like in LA is like. We're gonna talk about the story, but I think that's how, that's one way of moving around and being able to do your dirt without paparazzi seeing.
Well, yeah. So do you believe? Okay, I know the TikToks and IG, those stories have been going viral, pretty crazy. Do you believe the Starbucks guy? On that there's Starbucks underground, like for celebrities and shit. And
I mean, possibly.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't think I don't know if there's like stores and shit like that, but I do believe. Listen. When there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
So I do believe that there are underground tunnels that lead to different places and stuff like that.
There's 11 miles of underground tunnels under downtown LA.
Yeah.
That they used to use for like bootlegging and during Prohibition and stuff that have been there forever.
Yeah.
That are still there.
And so
People can, like,
so that's what I'm
explore.
saying is like
So does that? Wouldn't that lend you to believe that maybe there's tunnels in other places?
Yeah. Oh, listen. I truly believe there's tunnels under. I mean, I'm hoping, with this trial, maybe that will come out, but maybe it won't because, people are connected. Can't let that be known. But it's just hard for me to wrap my head around it being a Starbucks or McDonald's or some chain restaurant being down there. Now, do I think they made some elaborate rooms down there? Yeah, I definitely could see that. It just, it's too hard, to keep that. To me, it's too hard to keep that big of a secret. You know what I'm saying? it would have shit. I mean, to have first of all have the construction of it down there, then have being kept off the books, because they're a publicly traded company, so they got to disclose a whole bunch of shit. So
They can hide that. I mean, you look at all the rumors about like the Denver airport with all the tunnels and underground,
Well, I
mostly underground cities underneath
Right.
that airport.
right. I don't know. Here's the thing: are they playing in? Because there is a lot. If you ever do, we got to do. You talking about weird things? That's something we should talk about. Is the Denver airport and how they have. And I don't know if the designer was playing into the myth or if it's fucking really there. You know what I'm saying?
horse.
But yeah, you got the horses there. They also got
Lucifer, whatever they call it.
yeah, they got like demonic symbols there. Supposed to be Illuminati symbols up in the Denver airport. And I don't know if that was just the architect's intention to get them to talk about the Denver airport, or maybe that's, like I said, a secret out in plain sight.
What's interesting is we always go to that. Like, we kind of always go to that, no matter if it's in music or if it's in something else. We always go. It's probably the person's intent to create sensationalism,
Right.
So for attention. I mean, I don't know. It's at a certain point, especially if we feel strongly about the subject. It's like, man, you got to prove that that's not the case. Because guess what? That's what we'd be having to do if we were brought up on any kind of
the
anything.
charges, yeah.
Like even again Epstein's list. I'd be like, I'd be sitting there venomously going on, man. I'd file lawsuits.
Right.
I would file lawsuits. I'd shut down media. So and I would be open to having. I would honestly have interviews in place so you could go to the interview to know how I feel about shit.
Right.
I mean, dead serious.
But here's the thing: is so you saying possibly their silence is a admission of their guilt?
It could be a mission of their guilt, or it could be how they're being coached. Because again, obviously, this is bigger than any one person, and it seems like this was coordinated. And this was, you want to talk conspiracy? It's those people conspired to do this shit, and it's been covered and protected. So again, I'm sure you can't just go rogue, and I'm sure what works for one of these popular people is going to work for somebody else. Again, if you want to be part of the system, you got to move together, in solidarity.
Right.
So again, it's when you start wavering and start acting different that people. I don't know.
Well, I guess if you get enough people, here's the thing: you get enough people on the boat,
Yeah.
where if one domino falls, multiple dominoes will fall.
You got 100 people that are accused. If not one of them ever addresses shit, then guess what? We're gonna sit here just like we did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you got to one domino has not cannot fall.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And so again, like I said, it may be. I like I said, it's kind of like my soap opera stories. I mean, we haven't heard any new stuff on the Diddy front, but I'm trying to. I want to see if there's some dominoes that are gonna fall. I really want to know, air it out, and say who the fuck was, doing some dirty shit, but in front of the camera, smiling at you.
Yeah, well, I definitely want whoever it was to get punished for it. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. You can't be up to drugging, raping folks. But speaking of punishment, all right, Mitch, I'm gonna let you kind of run with the story. We're gonna talk about the McMartin school trials.
Okay.
It was kind of crazy. It happened back in the '80s. So
yeah, no, I'll just say this. This story's always been close to me since I heard about it. I really didn't know about it until I started looking in the internet and doing my conspiracy stuff in the mid 2000s, and I heard about this story. And I think it relates so much to what we're talking about today. It's the McMartin School and Preschool. It's over by L.A. Hollywood. What's the word?
Manhattan Beach.
Manhattan Beach. Okay.
I love Manhattan Beach.
And
It's beautiful.
What's crazy is that there's still some videos that are out there. I know a lot of them have been wiped, but there's one gentleman, the former head of the FBI. His name was Ted Gunderson. He spoke, and he has a lot of videos on this. And anyway. It's crazy how to even bring it up. Children at the school, one mom made a claim, and then a lot of kids followed, that their kid was being molested at the school. And then all of a sudden, all these other claims started coming out that other kids were being molested. And then it got to the point where it just got crazy. You have to look this up, people. I'm telling you, do your own research, check the videos, check everything, and then discern what you feel is right, But it is so crazy because we're talking, and this is where the tie-in is, there were claims of underground tunnels underneath the school. There's claims of kids being, lifted in the air, some saying by helicopter. There's claims of celebrities. And, again, these kids, and it's insane to think about this going on in, the early 80s, 1982 to be precise. And back then, just think of the culture of the climate, And then there's also a lot of, satanic worship, animals, being, cut up, sacrificed. Even drinking the blood, all this other stuff. And look deeper into this, because I know this got brushed away, even though people were indicted. People were indicted in this case.
This was a 7-year long investigation.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
from 1983 to 1990.
Yeah.
This went on for a while. What the ages were from the ages of 2 to
2 years old.
preschoolers.
Yeah,
so
preschoolers, kids.
this wasn't something to take light. Even you have to think about the 80s back then. Regardless, touching a child was, now or then was a super big deal.
Oh, definitely. And this is one of those ones that probably that freaked America and Middle America to its core, because this is probably just as dramatic when you hear these claims as the first school shootings.
Well, you got to remember back in the early 80s, that was when you had the kids on the milk cartons and missing children.
Yep.
And there was a lot of rumors about like satanic worship going on. And that was the big fear. Someone's going to take my child and
Molesting, sodomy,
and use them in some satanic ritual, or, and you had thousands and thousands of kids disappearing. And like, like I said, they started putting them on the milk carton. So you're sitting there you're having your morning milk and you're staring down some kid that went missing.
And don't think that wasn't, in my opinion, truthfully, now thinking back on it, because every morning I'd eat my breakfast and I'd be looking at this kid. And let me just say this, for those of you guys, Google, missing kids on back of milk cartons, and look at the milk carton. It's like a black and white photo. It was all like kind of dot matrix printed.
Yep.
It looked creepy as hell. Every kid looked scary.
Right.
And us as kids eat that impression. We take that in every morning before we start our day going to school, because we're eating breakfast cereal.
But it was kind of like a scare tactic.
Yeah,
Hey,
agreed.
do you remember in the 80s too?
Agreed. It was a
you
psyop.
You used to go into grocery stores, or you go into to the post office, and they had all the pictures and the missing kids on the wall, and in the grocery stores and the post office.
The post office, that was creepy.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But so back to this McMartin though. Okay, so this is crazier. Again, people, please look this up. It gets so crazy.
So the investigation started in 1983.
Yeah.
So here's the crazy thing: the school closed in 1984.
Yeah. So obviously, to close the school, there has to be, like you said, when the smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, exactly.
And here's the other thing too. That investigation was the most expensive investigation the U.S. Has ever at that time.
Yeah.
I think it cost them something like $15 million.
$15 million. And if you think about what $15 million was back in 1980,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
it would probably be equivalent to probably about $40-50 million to this day. I'm thinking at least half, probably a 30 to 40. With inflation.
Okay, and I'm gonna just touch on a couple quick hot topics on it, and then you guys can speak on it as well too. But it always drove me crazy because I watched Ted Gunderson. He has a lot of pieces on it, and he did a lot of investigation. He really believes that these guys were guilty. The head lady plus all some of the teachers, etc.
Well, seven teachers did get indicted.
7 teachers did get indicted.
Yep.
And what's crazy is though the original mom. And now people were trying to dismiss her, saying she was an alcoholic and she had schizophrenia, but she died before this thing went to trial. I've also heard rumors, and I got to verify them, but that a couple other parents had died. One dad drove his car off a cliff, allegedly, and the mom had died too, leaving their kids, orphans And then also, I heard one of the policemen died. Actually, here's some other crazy just allegations. It goes so crazy that one of the kids fingered out allegedly Chuck Norris. Wow. Again, I'm not saying he said he was Chuck Norris, but they said that person was showed a photo of somehow and said Chuck Norris. Also, here's another crazy allegation that we were dealing with, like, supposedly celebrities, baseball players, politicians, like some of the elite in Hollywood and in that area and in Southern California, that when they ended up getting away with this, because there was never there was one arrest made. Some guy was in jail. One of the teachers was in jail for 5 years.
5 years, yep.
But never charged. I don't know, or never convicted. I should never convicted. Excuse me. But
They finally dropped all charges in 1990.
Yep.
But here's what's crazy is, okay, one, there was rumors of those tunnels. Well, the school actually was the tunnels were supposedly destroyed.
Yes.
And Ted Gunderson came back in I want to say in the early 90s with a archaeologist or was it hold on, was it an archaeologist or was it
No, it was archaeologists because they came
from
back in
UCLA.
Yeah,
and he tested the ground, the soil. Yeah.
Yeah, he specializes in tunnels.
And 34 days into the investigation of being able to look at the property, he said without a doubt there were tunnels under there. You know, now there was another trial going on, and they didn't use that testimony in the trial. They also said that the language that was used in the court cases didn't allow the children to speak for themselves. Like they almost coaxed the kids into saying certain things that were on trial or that were, took the stand. And one other thing that's, again, could just be allegedly, but the head lady, and what's her name again, Nick? It's
I'll tell you here in a second.
yeah. Anyway, the main lady from the school,
Peggy McMartin.
yeah, Peggy McMartin, the McMartin School. Peggy McMartin later on was mimicked in the movie Mrs. Doubtfire. And again, why would that even make sense, or why would they even do that? Supposedly, it was some higher up Hollywood's middle finger,
Basically saying they got away with it.
Yeah, we got away with it. Now I want you guys to take a look, and hopefully we can get a side by side if we do a clip of Peggy McMartin's photos, including the dresses she wore and her with the kids by her side,
Peggy McMartin Bucky.
compared to Mrs. Doubtfire, played by Robin Williams.
Wow.
Even
crazy.
down to the glasses and like the flowery dresses.
The flowery prints on the dresses, even to how she was holding the kid.
Yeah.
That is crazy, man. So there was allegedly 360 kids were actually, or allegedly, were some way molested, but only 12.
Less than 12 were able to testify during the trial.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And if you think about the climate of America back in the early 80s, I mean, people are just now, with all the internet, social media, they're open-minded, to certain things, and we're hearing certain things that we didn't think could ever exist. The Diddy's, the Epstein's, the island, stuff like that. So now, let's go back. I mean, there's rumors of tunnels at the Playboy Mansion.
Yep.
There's rumors, obviously under Diddy's house.
So did Hef get off easy now, him being dead?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I think it's crazy how everybody piled on Hef after he died.
Right.
I mean, there was hints and rumors about him prior, but he always seemed to have that squeaky clean image, and everybody loved him and everything. And then, like shortly after he died, it was like Playboy was like, it basically shut down almost. Right. And everybody was how horrible. All the things came out how horrible it was, and all the girls how he did this and that to them. It was just crazy. It was crazy to see how quick, like shortly after he died, how quick everything flipped on Playboy. When Playboy used to be like a staple and like a household. I mean, it was for being a nude magazine, it was a household name.
Yeah.
And people were like, I get my Playboy magazine.
Well, you could definitely tell something. You could definitely tell something about an adult when you ask them if if they
And then
was Playboy or Hustler.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Because
the
one
sickos.
was supposed to be tasteful, the other one was supposed to be like just porn. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever seen a Larry Flint story, but that's a crazy story in itself.
Oh yeah. No, definitely.
How he wound up in a wheelchair. That's what I'm saying. You want to talk about the climate of the 80s. I mean, this is when he got shot. He got shot back there because he was pumping
Pumping porn.
Hustler, was essentially porn,
Let me just say this too. I won't say where, but when I was a little kid, one of my good friends, his dad was a lawyer, right? Okay, well, his brother, his older brother was also a lawyer, and so we'd walk down the hill, go to their law offices,
Right.
And he'd go, "Hey, check this out," and they have their stack of nude magazines in the back on the side.
my gosh.
And I'll just say this, in case you didn't know, and we're like third grade, there were scratch and sniff.
Were there?
Yes, there were scratch and sniff.
I ain't never had
nude magazines back then. Look it
Wow,
up.
I ain't never had it. I know they would come out. You know what? The crazy thing is, you wouldn't have to even go to. I mean, they used to sell them and they still have some newsstands in New York. I know that, But they used to have newsstands all around. You know, you go get your newspaper, or you go get your magazines, and they used to sell all the
Hey, the funniest thing, you'd be in like Grand Central Station or one of the train stations in New York, and you go into the magazine, there's always some creepy guy in the back just reading all the porno magazines. Creepy.
So that time, I used to sell scratch and sniff porn.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hey, you guys, okay, I'm probably saying a little too much. Remember, hey, here's the funny thing. As kids, as perverted ass kids, you know, because you watch Porky's and all this shit, I mean, they kind of teased you with the shit, whereas these kids get whatever they want right in the front of their phone.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure it's not, I mean, at a certain point, it's, you know, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Whereas us, I remember, someone's like, you're watching
Oh
something.
man, it was super big deal. I mean, I remember one of my friends got a hold of their mom. You know, I should say their mom, their parents. VC, you know, back in the day we had VHS. Got a hold of one of VHS porn tapes. It was like, oh, you know, my parents aren't home. They come up there. It was like 6 of us sitting there going, oh, you know, just eyes wide open. You know, looking around the corner and peeping. It was, you know, like I said, man, it was.
Time to be alive.
Yeah, it was just fun. It was funny. It wasn't as accessible as it is, you know, as it is like right now. Like we could go on our phone right now and type and pull up some porn, but back then we couldn't do that. It was
You can find porn when you're not looking for it. You could be looking up. You look up the White House, and all of a sudden it's a porn.
Well, I'll just say this though. Nothing will take me back today to being like 12 or 13 and going to the mall and getting dropped off, and then trying to make your way over to the magazine rack and grab a Playboy or whatever, and then put it in another magazine and start looking at it or whatever. Like,
but no, I mean, they also, you know, I always wondered, like, and I know why today, you know, you were just talking about at the lawyers over there at a stacking. I always wondered, like, damn, did they go out and buy this? No, they used to have subscriptions where you go on and fill out the back. These magazines, you go in there.
they used to get them just for the articles.
Yeah, just for the articles. Yeah. But even like People Magazine and stuff like that, it'd be like $1 a month. You know what I'm saying? You pay $20, you know, or it'd be $20. And
So
you get
that's
12 months or something like that.
That's the reason everybody had them back then. They were so affordable.
Yeah, I mean, and so you know they could get. And I remember it was, I don't know, I was around friends that their kids. I mean, that their parents was like. I didn't realize now, and now I'm starting to think about it. It's like everything's epiphany.
Oh yeah, how freaky.
And their parents how fucking freaky they were. But on the counter, the magazines used to be wrapped in
wrapped in
plastic.
cover. Yeah.
And everybody used to cover it, something like that. And I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? You know what
I'll
I'm saying?
say this 2 things. One, you used to watch your friend's house when they'd go, you know, for what's it called, and you know their friend let you know where their dad keeps the magazine stash.
Yeah.
So you go feeding their cat or their dog.
Yeah.
You go strumming in, looking at a couple articles.
Yeah,
and
the other looking at the articles.
Yeah, and then the other one. This is, have you guys ever tried this one? This is gonna really date ourselves, or you know. When you get a group of 3 or 4 of your friends and you guys decide to try and game plan, you call up the 7-Eleven. Yeah, Mr. Smith, I hurt my leg. I'm going to send my son in. He's going to get a thing of milk and some cigarettes and the new Playboy mag. Send a kid in. Yeah, I'm supposed to get some stuff for my dad. That's how desperate we were in the 80s.
But do you remember like Playboy was the one place you could see like, and it was the popular thing. The celebrity, you know, the hot celebrity girl would get nude, like or topless even.
Right.
And you'd be like, oh my God,
well, that's what I'm saying. They get paid.
Pam Anderson, this or that. And now it's like, oh, they just do a sex tape and leak it online.
Exactly.
But no,
not even the same.
I mean, they get paid $500,000, $1 million to do a photo shoot because I mean they sell out.
That was the coolest thing. I mean, you remember being like, "Oh my God, she's going to be in Playboy
Next month, can't wait."
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. But now you can go online and see whatever the fuck you want, or some shit you don't want to see. But they have gone to the fucking extreme with the shit now.
Yep.
It's main. I will say this: it's mainstream. You look at like OnlyFans, like, or let's just like say TikTok. Like half the people on TikToks are OnlyFans performers that are just promoting themselves by doing like provocative dances.
Right.
And then like, click on my links, and you go to our links. It's like OnlyFans and all the other different sites that they can join. It's like, pay $36 a month and you can watch me diddle myself.
Well, here's the thing. You know, sex is the oldest profession in the world. It will always is the one thing my grandfather taught me a long time ago. No matter how bad it gets, there will always be 2 things that will be around. And be alcohol and pussy. Always. they will never go away. It will always be there, no matter how bad things get. And I was like, I didn't understand. I mean, he explained this to me when I was a teenager. I surely understand now. He fucking, that was a wise dude. But let's, we got time for a quick little dreaming a little. You think so?
That's right. So yeah.
All right. We talking about wise and stuff like that. So, in the green room, we were talking about having dreams and how, things are going on this time where I think we're dreaming a little bit. I don't know. I got to check it. I got to ask my mom, is it something when you get older, you dream a little bit more, or is it something in the air that you dream a little bit more?
5G waves.
But you brought up, to mention that you've been dreaming. And that your dreams are vivid.
Let me just say this. I've been experiencing, I've been kind of like over the last few years, especially, I'd say right around, like before COVID and during COVID, and since then, I've been getting some better sleep, some good REM sleep. And, haven't been, I don't really save the drinking for the weekends for the most part. So, I've been getting some better sleep, sometimes recalling some of my dreams. And I'll say this, so there's been some crazy happenings in my dreams to where I'm really, really starting to think that our dreams are a lot deeper in a meaning we might not understand, but they're deeper, whether it's a different dimension, it's another experience, it's another, it's a matrix. It's almost like, simulation, a different simulation, that we don't know the rules of the language of. But I'll say this, two things I'll say. Recently, in the last month, which is pretty crazy, I've had 3 different dreams, and I don't know if anybody else has had this. This last one, I'm playing football, I'm a tight end, and it's so freaking real. And there's this pass, the game's close, I need to make the catch, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. I know I have to really stretch out. And I literally dive, and I feel the grass, I feel the field. It was fucking crazy. And I feel myself slide. I make the catch, and I'm, oh shit, I got the catch. I'm all happy. And at the same time, I pull up on my leg in the dream, and my leg is cramping, my calf. And I automatically feel the pain in my dream, and I wake up, and my leg's cramping in real life.
Right.
And this is the 3rd time that my calf is cramped in my dream, and then I woke up out of the dream, and it was real life. Huh. And so again, I don't.
So is it the dream causing the cramp, or is it the cramp causing the dream?
Exactly. Is life imitate art? Is art imitate life? I don't know. And what can certain things, and what scares me a little, or not scary, just very, very interesting, is can what we dream affect our reality? I mean, here's
the thing. I mean, I just, I'll pub it a little bit. I just published a book, called Manifest and Grow Rich. And so here's the thing is manifestation to me is it's a huge part of my life. Yeah, I feel like I've got to this point because I've actually thought about it and I've manifested it. So what you're saying about your dreams is like, I think that's your subconscious that you're thinking about. That it's something going on where you need to catch something, or I don't know. Like I said, it was like that's how I'm kind of like reading into it. Like,
no, I got you.
Like you're trying to like.
I mean, there's more power. I'll just add this
because we only use 10% of our brain.
10% of our brain, and we don't even know.
I say we only use 10% of our heart.
Pause.
Yeah. But here's the thing: like our brains are so powerful, and there's so many things that we were dumbed down by many things, by the books we read, by the education system, by the the medications, by the food, the fluoride. We've been dumbed down. Again, look into the pineal glands and how they calcify and how they're clogged, because that's supposed to be our higher vision.
Right.
Like our realm and stuff. And that's why discernment's so important. That's why praying, to trust your inner compass type stuff. But we're so dumbed down on all this stuff that, again, we wouldn't even know if it hit us. So you got to start asking the questions why and what when you get these experiences, especially if they're new or if there's something different, And again, I think that's part of our journey, to fight through all this bullshit that we're handed, this obstacle course of bullshit, to prep us for not only whatever we got to face in this or in the next life or wherever we're headed, And I don't want to speak too, specifically, but one more thing I'll say is I've noticed in my dreams that I think some people I talk to call it astral projecting or whatever, but I've actually seriously been above myself, watching myself sleep in a dream. And I'm like, oh, it's real. And I'm very aware in certain dreams that I'm dreaming. And I'm just like, oh, I don't like what's happening. Let me snap and get out of this. It's just a dream, you know. Oh,
I've done that where you snap yourself out. You don't like the dream that you're in, but you know you dream. You're like, man, get the fuck out of this. Bro.
Exactly. This is a dream. Good thing it's a dream because I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything to add to the subject, Nick? I know we're running on time. What you guys?
I mean, I've had a reoccurring dream for most of my life where I'll be like doing something or eating something, and all my teeth just crumble in my mouth.
Shit.
And I like just be spitting out pieces of the teeth. And I mean, when I was a kid, I took a knee to the face and cracked some of my teeth. So I don't know if that's part of that, but I have this dream where it's like crazy, where like literally my teeth are like crumbling in my mouth.
Oh shit.
So, and I've had it, and it's not the same dream every time, but it's always the same feeling and the same result where I'm like, something happens and I'm like, oh, and I go and I keep pulling out pieces of teeth out of my mouth.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Crazy.
So,
All right. Well, we come to the end of the show. You know how we do. Nick, give me a quick thought of the day.
yeah, so my thought of the day, I'm excited for the election to be over because my phone has been blowing up
Week
with phone calls. Actually, right before the show, I got a phone call from some random number, and it's some lady, and she obviously didn't have her script prepared or anything. I asked, I go, who are you trying to call? And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me just get my stuff organized here. And all right, I'm calling from blah, blah, blah. And I was like, click. I'm like, what the fuck? They got me.
I don't even let it get started, bro.
But what I'm really excited for once these things end, because I've actually
Getting
felt
the
really,
TV back?
I felt really popular lately because my phone's been blowing up with texts, and it's like I get like 6 texts a day. I'm really looking forward to the time when I can get those phone calls about my car's extended warranty and if I want to sell my house. I want to go back to those days. I'm done with the political stuff. Let's get back to, my car's extended warranty and selling my house.
I love it. I fuck with them dudes and selling your house too. I always give them some crazy astronomical number. Well, go ahead.
Yep. I could care less about the politics, but I am kind of curious to see how this is going to unfold. I think it's already predetermined. I don't know which way. I'm very curious to see where the next chapter in this written script, in my opinion, is. And I'm curious to see how people act, that get what they want out of it, and the people that don't get what they want. I'm curious to see how they act,
You know what's crazy is I'm going to be traveling during the election, and I'm almost like trying to put a game plan in place. What happens if like I can't fly to come home on the day I'm supposed to come home? Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to get here? So.
That's going crazy. Anyway, well, next time we come on the show, we're going to know.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it next time we go on the show. My last thought of the day is, hey, I know we're on the holiday season, but fuck, let it get to the date first before we start talking about Christmas and all this other shit, okay? And then again, think about what the holidays are for, man. It's just not about gift giving. Take that in mind. I'm going to talk about this a couple more times.
Also about gift receiving.
Yeah. All right, but we out of here. 210. We love you. Gone.